Hi everyone, welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. My name is Karen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central New Jersey. If you're hopping on, say hi, let me know where you're from, whether you're watching my the live or the replay on Facebook or YouTube. Making sure I'm straight here, and every time I think I'm straight, I'm crooked. I just can't get this right. Hi Rosie, how are you? Thought maybe you'd come over and join me for some cookies. I've got a whole table full. All right, I am going to get started. I just have a couple reminders right now. Oh, thank you, Rosie. You're snowed in? Oh, you poor thing. We've got nothing. We got a little bit of ice the other day, and of course it was a day we had a little issue. My husband, I had to call 911 at 5 o'clock in the morning. He was having a bad vertigo attack, or whatever you want to call it, and he couldn't stand up. He was getting sick, and I didn't know what was going on. So, and the ambulance driver said to me, "I thought you were going to come with us." I said, "Well, I am, but my car is frozen solid, so I have to defrost it first." But we haven't gotten any snow, nothing yet. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for joining. Hi, Pam. Thank you for joining. Okay, before I forget, tomorrow is free shipping day with Stampin' Up! So you might want to get those orders ready to get placed. This is a perfect time. It's for orders of $75 or more. Okay. And it's free shipping, so it's a good savings. And if you're liking any of the in colors, the 2021 to 2023, this is a good time to stock up on some of them because they're going to be gone in, I believe it's in April, the end of April, because the new catalog, I think, starts in May. So now would be a great time to start stocking up on those. But anyway, and also there's still the clearance rack. Stock up on more of that stuff and the last chance items. Also, if you are one of my customers, you should have received the January to April mini catalog. The mini catalog and the celebration. You should have received those. If you haven't, please contact me. If you would like to be a customer of mine, please contact me at creativestampindesigns@gmail.com. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, creativestampindesigns@gmail.com. That's right. I'm sorry. Just let me know your name, address where you would like a catalog sent to, and I would be happy to pop one in the mail to you. But just let me know you're giving me your name and address for the catalog. All right. And I am using some new product from the mini catalog and celebration. My paper shares sign-ups are going on right now, and the paper I'm using today, it is one from celebration, and it is one that I'm giving a sampling of for free. It's going to be included in with all the mix of papers from the mini catalog. All right. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for joining. So I am using the Fragrant Flowers bundle. I'm actually going to die cut and all. I didn't do that ahead of time. I'm also using, I'm just using the sentiment from the Something Fancy set. These are both in the new mini catalog. All right, let's get started. And it's a really simple fun fold today because I was focusing more on new product. So I have a panel of Blackberry Bliss. It is scored at, let me just double check my scoring to make sure, 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. I did this card, I posted a card a couple weeks ago. I didn't do it live, but I did post a card a couple weeks ago. So I figured I would do it live so you can see it. So it's like an off-centered gatefold, I guess. I'm not quite sure what you want to call it. But that's all. There's nothing fancy about it. Like I said, I was focusing more on the new product. Right, so this is one of the papers that is in Celebration. It's called Favored Flowers. It's gorgeous paper. It really is. So this is just one of the panels and the back, and I'm using both back and front of this one. And see if my Stampin' Seal is going to work for me today. Maybe not. So I have a panel. It is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to adhere it to a mat that is 2 7/8 by 5 3/8. All the measurements will be on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns.com, along with a link to the video and a link to my Facebook video and my YouTube video. All right. We're just going to adhere these to, these are the card front pieces. Okay, I'm using liquid glue. I need that little extra wiggle room. And so we're going to adhere this panel to this side. Now you guys are I'm going to ask you for some help today because I couldn't decide on a couple things, and I figured who better to ask than those that watch. I got glue everywhere. Wonderful. I guess that's the disadvantage of using liquid glue. Hang on, I just want to make sure some of it's cleaned up. Oh, I only got a little bit, really. Just get it right. Got on the corner there. All's good. So that is the card front. Like I said, it's a very easy card. I've thought about putting ribbon on it. I've thought about putting a belly band. And I decided against everything. All right, we're going to set that to the side. And I am going to stamp the large flower in Tuxedo Black. And then I'm just going to add some color to it. My blends out. Make sure it's inked up good. This one here is a large image, so perfect. All right, just give it just a second to dry. So while I'm doing this panel, I'm going to color it with, I have my Fresh Freesia, Blackberry Bliss, and Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blend markers. I am going to put a sentiment. I'm putting the big, nice big chunky thanks on the front. What I need your help with is, should I stamp it on Blackberry Bliss, Fresh Freesia, or the white? So now I have to look at, hi Amy. Oh, early piano lessons. Yeah, you haven't been able to hop on in a while. Anyway. So those are the three colors. If I stamp it on the Blackberry Bliss, I'm going to emboss it in white. If I stamp it on the white, I'm going to stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. And Fresh Freesia, I'll probably stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. So that's what I'm going to need your help. And the Mossy Meadow, Blackberry Bliss, and Fresh Freesia are all the colors. Not all the colors, but they're the colors in the panel of the paper that I'm using. So that's why I went with these today. It also said Evening Evergreen, and I couldn't quite figure it. I did try the Evening Evergreen, put it next to it, but I think the Evening Evergreen might be in a different panel. It's just, I don't think it's in this one. I think this is just Mossy Meadow. Looks like I have Blackberry Bliss. All right, we are going to, that's the Fresh Freesia. I think this is my Blackberry Bliss. I was mixing up my colors before. And I have no rhyme or reason of how I'm doing this. I'm just adding a little bit of the color, and then I'm going to color over it with the, kind of blend it with the Fresh Freesia. I just wanted to mix some of the colors in, just to get a little extra highlighting. Does everybody have their holiday shopping done? And am I baking it? Well, actually, I have one cookie that I got to finish tonight. I've been waiting for Amy to get here to test them for quality control, but she hasn't come by, so I'm going to have to hope that they're all good. All right. Make sure this is the Fresh Freesia. Just kind of blending it together. And of course, now that I'm coloring, I'm not looking up at the comments. I'm going to have to go back. I will go back at the end to read them, but once I start coloring, I don't know how you guys can look up and read comments. This is one of those sets that's in the catalog, and when I saw it, I don't know, it screamed blends to me, that I can make these flowers all different colors, and then when I saw the paper to go with it, okay, well that helps me a little bit if I'm not sure what colors I want to use. got some light spots, some dark spots. Let me do the other one. Yes, Amy, they've been ready. Well, not all of them. I mean, Kara just finished one of them, the one she likes to do well, I don't know if she really likes to do it, but I ask her to do it every year, mainly because I hate getting my hands dirty. So she needed to wait till yesterday to finish that when she got home from class. And I have one other cookie that I'm going to make that I wait till the last minute because they go in the little phyllo shells, and if I make them too soon, they'll get kind of soggy. I hate soggy. I don't like my cookies to get soggy. Only 22 different kinds this year, Amy. So I hope a few of them are the ones you like. I'm going to try coloring with the other end. Color a little bit. I don't want to go to the edge. I'm always afraid with the brush tip going to the edge, so. I know I can use the color lifter to push it back, but Rosie asked before if I was going to serve cookies with my video. I don't know if I said if you want to come over, I can. All right, that looks pretty good. Let me just do the stems here. My colors mixed up. I don't know about you, but these look very similar. And one of them is Blackberry Bliss, and one of them is Fresh Freesia. But the caps look very similar. All right, so now I got to look back. Whoops, guess the lid is off that one. All right, I got to go back a little bit because I need to see. Did everybody pick Blackberry Bliss? Looks like you did. So I'm only going to be cutting this out. And the good thing about, whoops, dropped that one. The new bundles from the catalog. The name of the stamp set is Fragrant Flowers, and the dies are Fragrant Flower dies. So now, when you're looking for your stamp set and dies, they match up. You don't have to search for different names. Like I was doing that yesterday. I could not, for the life of me, remember what the name of the die set was that went with the stamp set. I had to pull the catalog out. All right, we're just going to put a little piece of Post-it tape so my die doesn't move all over the place like it just did. Gee whiz, even with the Post-it tape it moves. All right, I'm just going to go over. I'll be right to the side. I need to just cut this out before it... Oh, get a new piece. Maybe that's the problem. I've used that piece a couple times. There we I'm just going to cut this out. I'll be right back. Okay, take these apart. So I am using a couple different things from this. I pre-cut already some of the leaves out, and because it's going on the Blackberry Bliss, I just cut them out in, I can't pick them up, in white vellum. I figured that would just be, that'll look nice, just it'll stand out a little bit, because I was afraid if I did them in the Mossy Meadow, I don't know, it would blend too much. Alright, so let me get the embossing powder. So we can stamp the sentiment. I can use my little embossing buddy so that hopefully the embossing powder will only stick to the Versamark. Guess it helps if you plug in the heat tool. Alright, get all this ready. Actually was fairly ready. And here we go. I even have a new Versamark pad because I kept thinking it was me, that I wasn't stamping properly. Oh, and it's a nice juicy pad. Wow. Oops. Boy. Put the lid on this before I start my heat tool. It's going to get a little loud here for a second. Alright, I have the Stampin' Up! Heat tool. It has two settings. One is for drying, and 2 is for heat embossing. So I'm putting it on the 2, and I'm just holding it to the side just till it heats up a little bit. Oh, there's one little speck there, I think. And just... This is still one of my favorite techniques. It's one of the first things I did many years ago, and I love watching it happen. Okay. It goes pretty quick. Alright, and I am going to cut the sentiment out with the die that goes with the set. So again, I will be right back. I'm just going to go over, there's my tape, so I don't, hopefully it doesn't move on me. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm going to start putting this together. I'm going to put this piece on here, and I'm going to use dimensionals, my half of dimensionals that Amy taught me to use. Just make sure of where I'm putting them. I don't want to put any on this side. Otherwise, the card won't open. Okay, so I'm just going to put it like Whoops. And if I need any more dimensionals, I can always sneak them underneath. That's good enough just to get started. I'm just going to have this right, oops, right like that. And then I'm just going to sneak some of these leaves underneath. Now normally I can't use, you have to be careful with adhesive, but being it's going underneath, the glue will be fine. Maybe. Really? Might be time for a new thing. Oh, there we go. We're just gonna, whoops, take that, sneak it right underneath. I'm gonna hold it for a second. You know what? I think I'm gonna use glue dots. I think the glue dots might work a little bit better. They dry quicker. Don't want to, I don't know about you guys, but when I've pulled the paper off, or pulled the vellum off the glue dots and ripped the paper. So I decided that I needed to use my little take your pick tool to take it off. Okay, this card is giving me issues today. I'm just going to put a couple other small ones just overlapping a little because I can. And I have one more. Right on top of that. Yeah, I'm really having issues with this today. I think it's because of where I put my using Amy's little trick. We're going to cut the the dimensional, and I can put a new one under later. So I just put my scissors underneath, I clipped it, and then just, it rolls off really easy. And then I'll put the dimensional back on later. Okay, then this is just going to go on the bottom again, and I'm going to cover the leaves up that I just fought with getting on. Maybe I'll go up a little higher so it doesn't, they show a little bit. I'm only going to put dimensionals on this half. I don't want to put anything here again. So we'll say up to the K.
Yeah, it's still on the machine.
Sure. Yep, I'm good.
Well, but it should indicate that that's the issue, and once we know it's working, we can go ahead.
Alright, I'm just feeling my way through just to make sure I'm not gonna over. Yep, I didn't. Dimensionals underneath. So there you have the card front. I am going to add a couple embellishments, but let me get the inside done. I am using the Sentiment from, what did I tell you? Something Fancy. And being I used, I thought I took it out, I did. The Blackberry Bliss for the sentiment on the front. We're going to stamp the sentiment on the inside in Blackberry Bliss, and we're really going to hope we get this straight. That looks pretty straight. And then I do have the small flower.
Okay.
And I am going to, I can find the marker. Okay. We're going to use the marker to stamp technique, and I'm just going to color the flower with the fresh freesia. The only bad thing with the fresh freesia, it's very hard to see. I think I got the whole thing. Do the leaves in Mossy Meadow, and then I'm going to huff on it. You just want to give it a little huff to reactivate the ink. I'm just going to stamp that right on the bottom. That doesn't look like fresh freesia now, but it's okay. The fresh freesia on the stamp looks different. Now, the only other thing I'm going to do is there's this little die, and I thought it was really cute. And I'm just going to put it in the top corner and run it through real quick. And all it does is give, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can get, oops, dimensional on there. But it just gives it just a little texture. It's very hard to see. I don't think I'm really getting a good angle. All right. And we're going to adhere this to a fresh freesia mat. And then to the inside of the card. And the inside part is the exact same size as your normal, either 4 1/4 by 11 or 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 card base. There you go. Do a quick envelope. I'm going to stamp one of the flowers on the front of the envelope, but I'll stamp that later. The only other thing, while I'm doing this, fresh freesia or these fresh freesia. So it's the new opaque adhesive or the opal rounds. What do you think I should use for the embellishment for the front? Or I can use white. White will stand out also. You tell me what you think, and that's what I'm going to put on in it. I will look up at the comments again. All right, and anybody I didn't catch when you came on, I will go back. The opal rounds. right, Rosie. Put a couple of the opal rounds on the front, and we will be finished. Lost my paper. Here it is. This card's bothering me today. Normally it stays shut for me. It's just gonna give a little bit of bling. Okay, so there we go. Nice, simple. Like I said, I was focusing more on the new product than the fold today. But it's just a nice, simple, it's, like I said, gatefold, but an offset gatefold. And then the envelope to match. Don't forget about the free shipping tomorrow. Oh, you know what? This was here. I'll show you the one I did the other day that I posted. It's the same thing. Same gatefold. Actually, we made this at my one of my classes. The ladies made this. So, don't forget about free shipping tomorrow. It starts at midnight Mountain Time tonight, and it goes until 11:59 Mountain Time. So you just have to figure that out with where you are. And I can tell you now, it's guaranteed you will not have your orders for Christmas. Stampin' Up! Is really behind with shipping. They have let us know. They got overwhelmed with orders from December 1st with the big, oh, goodness gracious. The last chance products, and then the clearance refresh. So they're playing catch up now. So orders, unless you expedite your order, you will not have it for Christmas. But that doesn't mean you can't give a late Christmas gift or an early, pick out birthday gifts for somebody. The kits are great for a birthday gift, somebody who wants to start stamping. Free shipping time is the best time to get it. All right? Thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm planning on being back next Wednesday, same time. Hopefully all will go as planned. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.